Part 5. Here we see the attacker pointing at her. Pointing has two meanings. The first is simply to point something out. The second is out of anger, frustration, or an urge to demand their will upon you, which can lead to violent actions if you don't obey their wishes. Pointing, as we all know, is a very mean, belittling action. They do it to appear dominating, dictating their overpowering ideas across to a person they think is less of a person than them. It's just not right to behave in such an arrogant, disrespectful way. Here we can see her raise her arms as to say she doesn't want any trouble, but the attacker, in his naive disposition, decides to grab her arm. Now, if something like this was to happen to you, a good way to deal with this type of assault is to grab the back of their forearm in between their hand and elbow joint. You should leave it down as soon as they grasp your arm. This will make them drop to their knees. But as soon as you let go or they fall, they can get back up. This will make them angry and are likely to do worse. She raises her knee as soon as he drops. This will make his face hit the knee and give you time to escape or do something else if required. The face hitting the knee will cause immediate trauma. There are several things that can happen here. First, at the point of contact, there will be a varying degree of concussion depending on the impact force. Secondary to this, there will be some degree of damage to the soft tissue and structural part of the face, like the nose or the jaw. It can even have an effect depending on whether the attacker's mouth is open or closed. There may be broken teeth or a bitten tongue added to the mess. Knowing that, let's see this again. Her arms are raised as soon as he points in her face. It's a vulnerable situation because of the proximity to the eyes and the vital areas of the neck and spine. Suddenly, he grabs her wrist. She pulls her shoulder back to extend his reach as her other arm rises above his elbow. At this point, there is no time for hesitant actions. If you have any hesitation, their natural reaction would be to use their other arm to grab the torso or neck. The way this movement works is by locking their hand in place firmly. This is done by applying pressure on the forearm or wrist. Lowering your arms will cause maximum flexation to their wrist, and this will cause pain, so much so that their knees will fold as a result. How fast depends on the pain applied. If the pain is applied quickly, then they will fall at that rate. A competent choice of movement at this point would be to direct the knee to the face. Damage at this point depends on the force applied and the other factors described. Timing is always the main factor in such a movement. If timing is done correctly, there should be no need for other actions. The need for other actions comes from hesitation and unfamiliarity with the body or neglect of learning. There are so many ways to deal with different situations, but what matters is how familiar you are with yourself and your own abilities. This is why it's a good idea to get in tune with your inner self and the laws of nature. The laws of nature are there to assist us. Allowing yourself and your body to carefully tune these movements so they become a natural part of yourself. It can come in useful in many ways throughout life. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and if you know someone that can find this useful, please share it with them. Until next time, bullying destroys lives, so be kind to others. Martial arts empowers lives, so be kind to the bullies.